Justin, wake up.
Go.
Right. So what do you want us to say? You want us to say something about our situation, let people know that there's a problem with homelessness in this town, and not only this town, all over Great Britain. Something needs to be done about this. We need to maybe get together. I don't know, people need to talk and the councils need to do more. They need to do more for us. We're fucked. We have no money, excuse my French. We have no way of getting out of this, do you know what I mean? Without a hand up or a start up. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to, you need to get the right people involved. To get them to listen, do you know what I mean? And actually stand up and do something about it.
So what's your current situation then?
Current situation is obviously homeless, sleeping rough in different places. Get up in the morning, walk around for a bit, sit in the doorway, sit there and just chill. And hopefully people recognise this and ask. Torquay, by the way, is a lovely town. It's beautiful here. But people want to sweep it under the carpet, the fact there's homeless people here. For example, the street warden comes along and moves us on all the time. He's like, why don't you sit on a park bench to read your book? Why are you sat there with a blanket on you? It's like he just wants to make it look like there isn't a homeless problem in this town.
Well, he's just surely doing his job though.
Yeah, he's doing his job, but he should be doing more. He should be helping us. He thinks he's helping us by getting the council to ring me, and then they don't ring me. Things like that. It's like, it's shockingly the way the fucking system's run. It really is. Like, we have to sleep rough, and I'm not asking for miracles, do you know what I mean? All I need is a room or a flat
to get a job.
To be able to get a job. I've got a job.
Yeah.
I've been offered a job. Some guy is willing to give me a job because he was in my situation. He was homeless when he moved to Torquay, and some guy let him paint a hotel at Livermead, and he paid his deposit for the work he did. So he got a flat, and now he's got his own business. He's actually offered me a job, and I can go and work from tomorrow. But the thing is, I don't want to let him down. He's a nice guy, and I don't want to let him down. And at the minute, I will say I'm unreliable because of what time am I getting up? Where am I having a shower? To keep clean, it's dirty work labouring. Going to work with mud on your face every morning and stuff like that. Seeing customers that you're working on their house, they don't want to see that or smell that. They want someone to be there, like, nice, clean, even though it is a labour environment. So I've said to him, 4 weeks, I'll try and get council to sort me out of place, and then I'll come to you for a job. If that 4 weeks comes and they haven't helped me, then I'm just going to go to them and do it. Take that risk and just do it. Even if I have to sleep on site, if it's an empty house, I'll sleep on site. So I'm there in the morning to work. But this guy's offered me a job, and that's what's bumming me off, because I told the council and they won't listen. It's like they don't care. It's a minority, they're alright, they've got their houses, they've got their home to go to, do you know what I mean? So they don't really care.
But as I said, so many more abandoned houses than there are homeless people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for example, where we sit in town by Poundland, that club, I can't remember what the name of the club is, there's an old nightclub there, and above it, it's empty. It's a massive building, next to the toilets, opposite WH Smith, above this club, there's loads of space. I don't know why someone isn't buying it and doing it up. Why has it been left? There was a place on Market Street that was a massive row of buildings that have recently just been done up, and people actually live in them now, but it was abandoned for years, like 6-7 years. Almost the length of time I've been in Torquay.
Well, how would you feel about getting an allotment and living on like a
I'd live in a tent. I'd do that. I'd live self-sustainably.
Self-sustainable. That's why I think it's so hard to be. Well, that's why you're homeless.
Yeah.
Because it's.
I would still be homeless, but you'd need the land for the tent and the allotment, obviously. So you need to find that. So there's always a catch. There's always a stepping stone that you can't get over. There's always something in the way of what we need to do. That's the problem.
So what can we do about it?
Well, people need to get together, don't they? Minds get together. Something needs to be done. And obviously the people that can change things are the people high up. People in the power. People that have got the power.
How are we going to make them listen?
Well, they need to listen by... I don't know. We need to get together. People need to get together, don't they, to make them listen. Like when people... Say, for example, when people strike, like the fire brigade, because they're not getting enough money, they have a standout. They stop work for a day, and the government say, okay, we give you £1 extra on the hour, just to get them to work again. So it's all about money, see? Money, money, money.
The world is ruled by money.
Exactly, and the money is the root of all evil, they say.
I do so.
But that's what needs to happen. It needs to get a load of people together to get the council to listen. And the only way to do that is to get every homeless person with a banner, walk through the streets, go and stand outside the council saying, we need your help, we need you to do something about it. It's been in the paper recently, about the police even having a go at the wardens, saying, why do you always bug them, why do you always move them on, why can't you just let them be, they're not hurting anybody, we're not harming anybody, we're just sat there on our own, mind our own business in a sense, just trying to get a bit of help, like, do you know what I mean? Whether it be with food, whether it be with money. A landlord could walk by and see that we're struggling and think, hold on, he looks like a nice guy, I'm going to give him a chance. Sod the deposit, I'll give him the place to live so he can get a job. That's the sort of thing that could happen. Alright, it might be 1 in a million chance happen, but I met some landlord guy the other day actually, down at, when I sit down there at Debenhams, you can actually see it from here. Sit down there, and the guy comes out of Weatherspoon's pub, sits there, he looks like a fisherman, the type of person that would be a fisherman. I was talking to him, and he was like, he seemed to side with the landlord the way he was speaking about it. We just started talking about landlords and properties and stuff like that. He seemed to side with the landlord, so I said to him, as you side with the landlord, you appear to be a landlord in my eyes. And he went, I am. He's got 6 flats that he rents out one of those flats and then lives next door or lives in another house, and said to me he's not bothered about letting those flats out, he will just live off capital gains because he doesn't care, but just because he's had a few people trash the flats before, trash them and like ruin them. But there's not everybody's like that. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody trashes flats. He's just had a bit of a bad experience with a few people and he's decided not to let them out. But there's 5 flats out. I think he should be made to let them out. Because I've watched TV before, obviously, and there's programmes on telly where there's derelict houses and certain councils go round to those derelict houses and get hold of the owners, and if they've been there for a certain amount of time, they either give them a grant to do it up or they force them to sell it to the council so they can do it up. That's the whole idea, so they can get somebody housed. So councils do good in certain places, do you know what I mean, in certain towns or cities, but maybe just not Torquay. They just seem to want to brush it under the carpet. There was even an article in the paper, on the radio and on the news, that actually said, do not give homeless people money because it goes on drugs. How can they make that assumption if there's no facts? Do you know what I mean? And then they've backtracked and now there's an article in the paper saying help the homeless people. Do you know what I mean? Help them, give them what you can or whatever. So there's like conflict now between the people, the council, the paper. It's making it all like
well,
even worse.
Current time.